Hey mini enthusiasts, how you doing? I hope you're all well and I hope you're having a great day, which I'm sure you are because it's Christmas Day. I hope you got everything you wanted. I'm sure you're probably all full up from dinner now. But yes, we are back on Project Bruce. I did just want to come on in this intro on Christmas Day just to say thank you very much for your support, the comments, the views, the likes, for subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and I want to raise a glass to you and just say thank you from me to you. Thank you very much. We're on the rum and Diet Coke this year, no mulled wine. Yeah, thank you, have a great day. I've mentioned in previous videos, so Project Bruce, it's a budget project. I'm trying to keep it as cheap as possible. The reason I'm doing that is I'm going to sell the car on when it's finished. I'm not intending to sell it on for a profit. The plan is to sell it on to a viewer or a subscriber for what it has cost me in parts and consumables. Obviously, I don't want to lose money doing it, but I'm going to give up my time doing the restoration. I just want to get back what I'm owed for the parts, purchase of the car and the consumables. So I'm trying to keep it as cheap as possible. And I do already have some sort of provisional, I guess, first refusals on the car. So when I very first mentioned this, my inbox was full of people saying they'd like to buy the car. I just put them in order and I've got a note of who offered first. So the first person that offered is a long-term viewer and subscriber of the channel. Genuine, really nice guy. I've met him at a few shows and I don't want to put him under pressure because at the end of the day, the car might not turn out to how he wants it. But he will get the first offer on the car. So when it's done, he's going to come down and look at it. And if he's happy with it, he'll buy it. He does have a bit of a budget to work to. So I'm trying to work to that budget as well. And I need to keep it as cheap as possible. Preferably, the cheaper the less I spend on parts and consumables, the cheaper it is when I sell it on. So this is where I need some of your help. So I'm pretty sure this is going to need a rear subframe. I've had a look underneath. It's got patches on the subframe. Really, you shouldn't patch up something like a subframe. And judging by the rest of the patches on the car, I'm sure it's just going to be really poor weld with a plate over some existing metal that's there and it's probably corroded underneath. Now, I could go out and buy a genuine heritage subframe. I think they're up over 500 quid now by the time you include postage in that. So that will just blow the budget out the water and it is no longer a budget restoration when I spend 500 quid on a heritage subframe. I could get a non-genuine one, but I've had non-genuine ones before and they're not that great in my opinion. So I would rather get a good second-hand one and get it cleaned up. Well, hopefully I'll get a good second-hand one that doesn't need too much cleaning. But again, even if I get a pattern subframe, a new pattern one, that's still, I've not looked, but I bet they're still up 250 quid, aren't they? I'll check later actually. But if anyone knows of a good genuine subframe going, please let me know about it. Or if anyone wants to donate one for the channel, that'd be really nice. This is not about me making profit out of it. This is not going to be my car. This is going to be one of the viewers, subscribers on the channel when it's done. So like I say, if I can get something very cheap, then happy days. But it needs to be a good subframe. There's no point me buying a rotten one and trying to fix it up. So if you know of one or you come across one in the future, please let me know about it and hopefully I can get hold of it. So we're back on the Sills, nearly finished now. I'm going to shut up. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas day and I'll be back with you again soon. Have a great day. Cheers. This little spot welder is so neat and tidy when it comes to welding. So on the Sills you get a few extra holes which you don't need. This one is for the front slinger bracket. Obviously I'm not going to be using that, and there'll be one for the rear slinger bracket. So just got little square patches and yeah, very quickly just spot weld them to cover them up. So neat and tidy. Just thought I'd show you this because it will get missed later. So I am painting the inside of the Sills and I'll paint, at the moment I'm just going through, I've just primed all the inside of there, front to back, and it's not as easy as it think, because you need to mask off the areas that need to have etch primer on them. Those are the areas which sandwich together. So mask off the areas that need etch priming, and then I have used normal primer on the rest, and then I've used just white gloss paint. This is inside the sill, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like, but I've just got some spare Rover Diamond White sitting around, which I had for Vinny. I don't have that car anymore. Any paint is better than no paint, and like I said, if you just put primer on there, primer is porous, so it doesn't give any protection, so putting a gloss coat on the inside should sort that out. And I wanted to show it now because I've just done that one, so that is white, and then I've just gone over it with etch primer on the areas that need welding. So once I put etch primer on there, it'll all look silver. Right, so we're pretty much ready for the sill to go back on now. I don't know how well this will come out on the camera, but that's all been gloss white now, and there's actually, you'll see it's gloss white there, and then there's silver weld through primer there, which is where I masked it off, because obviously I'll be welding here. Done the same on any lip that needs welding. You'll notice they're silver because they've got weld through primer on, but the rest of the area is in white to gloss now. Like I say, white just because I had some spare paint, gloss because it gives it a bit of protection, and that'll all be waxed up inside there anyway, so that should be well protected. There's the sill there ready to go on. Again, it's sort of weld through primer on the bits that are going to be welded, and then gloss white. I've actually forgot to drill because I'll need to plug weld this. Although I wonder whether I can get my spot welder on it actually. I possibly can. I might give that a try. Yeah, that'd be a neater finish, wouldn't it? If I can, I won't be able to get back by the door bin, so maybe I'll just plug weld it. And this inner doorstep, I've not painted this yet, but I have just ground back the welds. Light skimmer filler, I need to rub that filler back yet, but that should get rid of the join. Like I say, pretty pleased with the profile on that. But yeah, it's all coming along nicely. Let's get that outer sill welded on now. So, I apologise, I have been busy just getting on with it and not filming, so I just wanted to get this bit done now. The great news is the spot welder with the long arms in fitted inside and outside, so what I've managed to do is all these bits in between I've managed to spot weld rather than having to plug weld, which is brilliant. Makes it much quicker. The only bits I couldn't do was this bit at the back here because the door bin's there, and you can't do in the middle because you've got the cross member here. So this has been plug welded, and I've seam welded down the bottom below the jacking point there. Jacking point's welded in. I just need to put a jack in that, make sure it fits okay, sure it should do. And I've spot welded all the top lip as well. But yes, I'm very pleased to be at this point. We've obviously got the doorstep is all spot welded in now. I'll put a skimmer filler over here, so that's all looking good. And then, like I say, inside it was quite handy because the spot welder arms were long enough to be able to go right through, and you can see the spot welds along here. There's probably more spot welds than there would have been originally, but hey, it's better to have more than less. So I need to put some primer on all of this, and maybe a bit of gloss or top coat where the welds are. I need to get something on it though, I can't just leave it bare metal. So and then I'm not going to tackle the back yet. I'm probably going to do the other side, and then the next step will be subframe out. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do. Right, so I think we're done. I have just stuck some primer on there now. This will all be stone chipped as well. So there are a couple of bits which are still, I don't know how well it'll come out on the camera, still a tiny little bit rough, but the stone chip will hide that. I mean, there's like all the spot weld marks here, but yeah, the stone chip will hide that. I have put a jack up inside, so that fits perfectly okay. It's a funny shape, the jacking hole, but yeah, originally when I started out this, I did think of just doing away with the jacking point and blanking it over, because it was blanked over, but it's nice that it's functional now, and if someone did get caught out and have a puncture in the middle of nowhere, they can change it. Inside, so I've painted the doorstep now. I've not gone mad on the finish, to be honest. It's just a quick skim of filler over the join, and then just a bit of the Eclipse blue paint on there. And on the inside, I've just given it a quick blast over with a bit of gloss on there. So, like I say, that's all looking good. On to the next side now.